How is the rematch process? And how you guys support us and how you guys support the family?
Rematch is not always as bad as everybody thinks, and you know there are friendly rematches, and even when it's not such a friendly rematch, it's like there's a problem. I mean, most of the time it's not that bad. Like it's not. It's a little bit uncomfortable to live together in the house where it's not working out and you decide to rematch, but it's never as bad as people think. Once we actually do the exit, and even if you're going to still be there for a couple weeks, then everything's like great.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's relaxed. You know you're leaving. They know you're leaving.
My host mom, she told me this, and I keep that in mind. We don't have to do any drama for this. Your feelings are first, so you have to look for something that you really want. If you don't want to stay with us, we accept that because we are right now not giving you the best experience ever.
Yeah.
So we totally get it if you want to go. And yeah, that was
That's the most common way rematch goes. That's
Really?
the most common. Sometimes, of course, there's true friendly rematch of like, oh, we love you, but I lost my job. We love you, but we're leaving. We're moving. You're great, but your driving is not good enough for us. We wish it was. We think you're so great. Like you're like best friends with them, and you stay in touch forever, but you just couldn't drive the way they wanted. That happens a lot. That's the number one rematch reason I see. It's like things that have it's nothing personal. All I can say to that is just be honest about your driving, about whatever else they're asking you to do. If they say, you know, we need somebody who has experience with like changing diapers and feeding a baby, you know, don't think like, I'll figure it out. Yeah, be honest or learn how to do it. It's not rocket science. It's not that hard. Back home, find somebody with a baby to teach you how to put the diaper
Please
on.
do that. You need that experience.
It's really an easy thing to do. But lots of people have babies and have never changed a diaper in their life, that they have their own child and they figure it out. Yeah, so mostly it's like things like that. Not just changing diapers, like, you know, when a child is 1 year old, you have to cut the food really small. If you're not doing that, either you really didn't have the experience, or it's okay if you didn't have the experience if you took the time back home to really learn. Like ask your mom, if it's a friend with a baby, tell me everything I need to know so I don't make a mistake. So that would help. So the way that it works, the way that it works best and normally is au pair calls me and tells me, you know, what's going on, or texts me. And if I can talk about it with an au pair, sometimes that can make it so you don't end up in rematch, you know. I can maybe help you. Like, don't just figure it out yourself. Don't wait. Even if you're like, there's no way this could work, just asking your LCC, you could be surprised. I don't think this family likes me. I think, you know, this part's too difficult, or with the kids, or whatever, and I'm the driving, and I might say like, well, actually, you know, let's ask your host family. I know that this is how much 6 driving lessons cost. Would they be willing to pay for that? And you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. The kids are really terrible to me or something, and then I find more about it, and I can tell you like, oh, try doing this, and it might win them over.
Right.
Talk to the LCC first. Maybe we can fix it, or maybe you misunderstood, and I can explain. And also, like, same for the host families.
You're like an
do the same thing.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, she always has an answer for everything.
Yeah, and some LCCs are brand new and they don't know the answer for everything, but you can just ask them to find out for you. You know, mostly we can see it from the outside, or we know the family.
Point of view.
Yeah, and sometimes the families call me and I do the same thing for them, and they're like, "Well, I don't understand. She's being really unreasonable," and I'm like, "Yeah, do you remember when you were that age? Like, you know, oh yeah, right, I forgot, like what it's like to be that age, or you know, or whatever it is." So, you know, really common is like a family might say, well, she wants to go out on the weekend until 2 in the morning, and I think it should be 11 at night. And then I can say, okay, let's just take a minute. Tell me about yourself when you were 21.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, it wakes us up when she comes home at 2 in the morning. What wakes you up? Well, the alarm. Well, do you really have to turn the alarm on? I mean, in Glencoe, it's so safe. You really have to turn it on. Can she use a different door? You know, the dogs bark. Can she have treats outside? Can we make like a way that it can work? And so first go to your LCCs, and then If it's still not working out, the LCC will say, I want to do a meeting with you, and au pairs will say, no, I don't want you to get involved, I don't want to, let's just go right to exit, I don't want to have the meeting, and like, you have to have the meeting, do the
So
meeting.
you have to, it's a
Well,
requirement.
it's a requirement, so yes, I do have to come over, and if I know that everybody, it's nothing we can fix, like, she cannot drive my kids and I need a driver.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like, well, let's talk about it. You know,
It's a fact. It's like
It's a fact.
you cannot change it.
if we can
Yeah.
change it, then we can't change it, but usually there's something that we can talk about, and it's not, you know.
The video was so long and we were talking, but we didn't realize it that the video was cut. So yeah, I'm gonna end it up for you. And to make a summary, basically Rematch, it's not that bad as everyone think it is. First, you have to have the support meeting with the LCC and the family, and basically in that meeting the LCC is gonna see what is going on, what is the problem. She's gonna take a look if there is any way to solve the problem. If so, then you give it a try for 2 weeks and hopefully the situation gets better. If it doesn't, then you have the exit meeting. In that meeting, the LCC tells you that you have 2 weeks to find a new family. If you don't find any family in 2 weeks, then you have to go back to your country. Also, the LCC is gonna ask the family if they allow you to stay with them for those 2 weeks. If it's so, then are you gonna work for them those 2 weeks? Or maybe you can just stay but they don't want you to do anything. I don't know, it's up to the family. So yeah, she's gonna ask the appropriate questions for you. Also, if the family doesn't allow you to stay with them, then Culture Care is responsible for you. They are gonna provide you accommodation and meals. I didn't know this, so keep that in mind that you don't have to pay for anything. Good. And I'm not here to tell you it's gonna be easy. It's not a big deal because it is. It's really, really stressful. There is no guarantee and nobody wants to go through Rematch. I didn't expect to that happen to me. I was in Rematch and I think it was the best decision that I could ever make. I'm really proud of it, and I'm not gonna tell you don't be scared because it's scary. I was really, really scared. It's completely normal if you feel that way. I'm here to tell you that you have to be strong. If you want to know a little bit more about my experience going through Rematch, let me know in the comments below. And this guy was all for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.